everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Now today we're going to take a look at Digimon Masters Online, and this is a free-to-play, I don't know exactly what to call this. It's kind of a weird little game, but it's essentially a free-to-play fantasy MMORPG where you take on the role of a tamer. You go after and find different monsters to help you and fight for you and stuff like that. So, as you can see, I did create one character, got him to level 5, and you can see he's got his little pet at level 11. I actually do have a second Digimon that is brand new. I had to get that far because I wanted to be able to describe to you guys exactly how that worked. But let's go through the character creation process so you guys can see how that is, and then we'll jump into the game. So here we go. Let's create. There's not a lot really to this. Essentially, we're just going to pick her, and you can see right there it has a little bit of background on each of these. 14-year-old, an 18-year-old, and then also another 14-year-old. Well, we're going to go with the older chick here, and we're going to go ahead and give her her name, hit create, and that's pretty much all you have, other than the fact that you get to pick your first Digimon. So basically, these are digital monsters that fight for you in this kind of digital world, take on other monsters, stuff like that. It's kind of interesting the way that they work. But so we could choose from a dinosaur, we could choose from this kind of weird little flying thing, and what looks kind of like a rabbit with boxing gloves. So we're gonna go with the rabbit with boxing gloves and call him, let's call him Punchy. There we go. So let's create, not to get too creative with the names there, but let's go ahead and start and get into the game. Now, essentially you start out, you run through a tutorial. The tutorial I'm not gonna say is quick. The main reason I'm not going to say that it's quick is because it actually stretches out pretty long, essentially because the game has to get you to certain points, and then it's going to teach you little things. You do get through the basic tutorial and structure of moving around and stuff like that pretty fast, but then it has other stuff that it's teaching you, like how to hatch additional Digimons, how to store them, stuff like that as you're going along. But let's go ahead, and as you can see, we've got our first quest right there with DATS leader Richard Sampson. So let's go ahead and skip. And you can skip through the tutorial quest, but you cannot play this again to continue. Nope, let's just go ahead and double click on him, and we'll run through this. So now you don't move around with WASD, you move around with point and click. Essentially, the keyboard has very few keys that you actually use. We'll go through some of those. Let's go ahead and pick up this quest real quick where we're going to get some stick bread. Not breadsticks, but stick bread, and some small vitamins. So let's go ahead and accept, and off we go. He wants us to be able to turn around. Tutorial 1 met. So basically, it's giving us the basic structure of how to interact with the game. As you can see, the interface is pretty basic and simple. Let's go ahead and get this quest so we can move on. Tutorial 2, work on character movement, and essentially we're just going to click around, and we've got some place where we need to go. There it is right there. We're just going to move around to that. Pretty simple stuff. Keep moving around and get us back to turn in our quest and move on with our day. Tutorial 2 completed and complete. What's really cool about this is almost any monster that you find in the game, you're going to be able to have a chance to hatch that monster or collect an egg from that monster. Then you have to gather the right regents, so to say, and then you're going to be able to use that monster. And additionally, in being able to use that monster, so M for our map, there we go, and click the NPC button at the bottom of the area map, click NPC, there we go, and then we just click on this guy, and it gives us a nice little directional heading exactly where it is. Let's close that, and you can see we've got our little arrow right there that's going to head us off in the right direction to see who we need to talk to. So now we can click back here, double click on him, and it's going to go ahead and turn it in. But like I was saying, you're going to be able to hatch those monsters, and then you're going to be able to use your mana to be able to, as a tamer, so to say, to be able to control those monsters and actually make more powerful versions of them. So it's kind of difficult to fully grasp, but we're going to go ahead and get into the combat really quick, highlight him, and then you can see right here, we've got this Gal Rush in F1, or we can hit attack. We've got some basic stuff like that, so we can go ahead and hit attack, and you can see our Digimon runs out, starts swinging away, beating on him. Let's use our special attack, and it's basically, he just goes nuts on this guy. So let's see him go nuts again. So there he is. He's aptly named Punchy, because he likes to just punch stuff. So there we go. He's down. Let's turn this in and move on with the next section. There we go. And as you can see, we're getting a whole bunch of stuff. So we can press I, bring up our inventory, and we're getting all this different stuff. Digimon Archive Expansion 1. We've got Inventory Expansion 1. Oh, we can't use this while in the tutorial. Then we've got our warehouse expansion. We've got all kinds of different stuff going on. But let's bust through this tutorial here real quick. So there we go. We've got skills. We're gonna go ahead and it's funny because basically it's describing this but with the wrong Digimon. So it wants us to use our special ability, which we're already using. Now the special ability is called Gal Rush. So let's go ahead and keep using that. Now we can press D and bring up our little Digimon interface, or his little character screen, and you can see here's all the different guys that he'll turn into as he levels up and stuff like that. It looks like he's actually a wolf. So I said a rabbit before. He's actually a dog or a wolf. So you can see the Digimon. You can see he's level 1. He's a rookie. See his hit points and stuff like that. You can see this is his little experience bar. These are his different skills. We can level those up. And then he's got different attributes and stuff like that. Wood, wind, and all that good jazz. Let's go ahead and turn this in. Maybe double click on him. Turn that in. Complete. Pick up the next quest. There we go. Almost done. So now we got to cruise off. And we're going to go ahead and hit L, click on the tutorial, and it's going to bring this up, and then click the name of the enemy Digimon. So where is it? Right there, Upamon, and we're going to click that, and we're going to click Find, and then, as you can see, click X in the top right corner to close the quest window. So there we go, we close the quest window, and we did everything he asked us to do, so we're going to go ahead and turn that quest in. Let's go ahead and get the last. I think one of these is the last one. We're almost there. So now we need to click on the icon of the NPC that you want to. You're currently searching for. There it is, right there on our little mini map. Let's go ahead and close our inventory real quick and select Remove Indicator. Would you like to cancel a search? Yes. So there we go. So, like I said, the tutorial gives you a good understanding of all these different things, and I highly recommend that you do it. Only because, one, you get the items, but two, you also get a good understanding because this is not your normal, just standard fantasy MMORPG. So let's go ahead and turn that in, and off we go. So, nope, we want to see where this chick is. So we hit our map, and there she is. It's kind of cool. You can bring this up as a little radar. You can also follow your little arrow. But essentially, we're done with our tutorial now. We're going to head off into the really real world and become a new member. We got to speaking with Mickey. I can tell you that the game was out for a long time in Korea before it actually came to North America and other regions. But now that it is in these other regions, the game is actually pretty well populated. We're going to get out here, and I don't think we're fully... Oh, I guess there we are. So you can see all of these players out here. You can see them all running around with their Digimons. We can check out this giant eagle-type thing. We can click on it. We can see it's level 41. Here's his master, level 32. His name is Jim. So you figure he's probably a pretty early adapter, seeing that he got the name Jim. You can always tell when people get good names or early starters in the game. They always have the little short names, so to say. So there we go. New member. There we go. What else do you have for us? Scan Digi Egg. So there we go. We've got a little egg. Do we have one? Register? Nope, we don't have one yet. So where do we have to go? Let's see here. We got to head up in this direction, or he's actually behind us. So it's really weird, though, that they have so many of these quests that you're literally just running back and forth between these two guys that are like, or these two people that are literally, I don't know, 5-10 feet apart, if even that. Well, a little bit farther than that. But either way, not too far apart. Couldn't they just yell across the little hallway here and say, hey, what's up? Do this or do that or whatever. So we're off in a different direction this time, though. But she's still pretty close. Either way, I personally am not, that upset about it. Especially because, I hate games where you go on the map and this map is ginormous. And you're running all over the place and spending all this time just basically wasted running around. I'd rather get right into the nitty-gritty of the action, which we're not getting there quite yet, but we're almost there. We're busting through these quests pretty quick. Now, graphically, I have to say that I think they could have done a better job, but it's definitely sticking to the, I guess you could say, the kind of the the feeling of the Digimon world. Now, the Digimon world is a little bit older, you know, Digimon, Pokemon, all that stuff. Let's register. There we go. And hit OK. And it looks like we're going to get an egg. What do we get here? Popular singer neon poster. Alright. So, do we equip that? No. We don't do anything with it. Maybe we turn it into her. But either way, graphically, it's definitely keeping to the world itself. And all that good stuff. It's nothing that's going to blow you away, but it definitely leaves the ability, and I've said this many times before, for anybody to play the game, because system requirement-wise, very low as far as the system requirements are concerned. You have nice music going the entire time you're in the game, so you're not going to feel like you have you're kind of just left hanging as far as sounds are concerned. You've got typical basic sound effects and all kinds of stuff like that. UI wise, everything is nice and clean. You got everything spread out wide around the screen, so you're not sitting there and having all this clutter all over the place. So I think it's pretty clean as far as that stuff is concerned. Let's cruise over here and turn in our last quest. And you can see, now that we're out of the tutorial, we've got loads of people in here. This is the incubator. Basically, once you start to get different eggs and stuff like that, you're going to use this to hatch them. And then you've got the archive, which is right next to it. And that archive is where you're going to keep your additional Digimons and stuff like that. So turn that in, and we're basically done. And now we take and we start to get onto the real quest. First task center. And it's basically just talk to all these guys. But I'm actually going to cruise outside of the village real quick so I can show you guys more of what's going on outside. I think we can start expanding all this stuff. Yes, I do. Inventory expansion. Let's just keep using these. I need more inventory. You can never have enough inventory. No matter how much inventory you have, you always run out of space. Never fails. And I'll tell you what, when I played on my other character, I ran out of space so fast it was ridiculous. Because, you know, these games have a tendency to just drop loads and loads of different stuff. So, you know what, I'm actually going to pick up a couple quests here because they're kind of on my way to heading outside, and then I'll turn in those two real quick. So let's talk to this guy. Research support. He wants us to go out and start... Yep, we need to go out. Research material. So we're going to have to start killing stuff, or as they say it, capturing. You don't kill anything, you actually capture different stuff. So let's get that chick out of the way so we can actually go to the one that we really need. And she's got more stuff for us. So there we go. And you can see right there, we've got more cracked Digi-Egg. We need some more of those. Let's turn in this one over here. Complete that, and what do you got for us? Chase off. And all of these different Digimon, so to say, or whatever, the monsters, have the craziest names. So you just have to kind of bear with it. I'm not going to even attempt to try and say all of them, because it would be nearly impossible. So I just know that we're headed out here. Oh, we're headed over here. We head over. There's actually two spots we can go out of. We can head out of to the small forest park, or we can head out to the other way. I don't remember what it's called. But either one, they have the same monsters essentially, so you can go out there and get them. Now, basically, you have to find, once you get past kind of this instructional area, we're going to do a bunch of quests. I'm not going to do them all for you, but you guys can do them. And once you do a bunch of those different quests, you're going to be able to take and start to gather different guys. We actually got our second skill, which is this double backhand. Let's see how that does. The guy actually died before we could get there, so let's go ahead and let's send him in to do a double backhand. There it is. Basically just spins around and knocks the crap out of the monster. So you're going to spend a lot of time out here taking these guys out, picking up all the different stuff that they have, and stuff like that. And essentially, if you want to collect all these different monsters, one, you're going to need a lot of space in your archive, so you're going to have to spend money on that. And two, you're going to have to spend a lot of time grinding these guys away to actually get the eggs that you need to be able to have all of these different monsters in your archive and be usable and stuff. So you probably won't spend a lot of time getting these. You're going to be very selective with the different ones that you want, especially as you get later in the game and things of that nature. So, but this is the basic. You can see a lot of different people running around. The game is very well populated. I was really shocked when I came in and saw how populated the game is and stuff like that. So if you're looking for a game that's well populated, has a little bit dated graphics, but follows very much in the nature of the Digimon world and stuff like that, I definitely recommend you give it a try. So all that good jazz. But I am out of time. I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip out of Inside the Den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. And if you'd like to play or learn more about Digimon Masters Online, you can read our full review at MMODen.com or just click the link in the description. Until next time, thanks for watching.